Good morning, friends. This is Josh Hendry with Mr. Hen's Art Skills, and we are working on our graphic novel, The Legend of Harapan. I'm going through a class with the School for Visual Storytelling, taking Graphic Novel Pro with Jake Parker and Sean Crystal. So, this was my comic that I did way back, I think in 2013, and this was the origin story. You can get this for free on the website, MrHen.com, under products where it says free. Just scroll down to the bottom and you can get the origin story. Now, today, what's coming out is, or what will be coming out hopefully by the end of the year this year, is Humble Beginnings, which is actually a present day story about Caden. So currently I'm at the thumbnail stage for this, and my class unfortunately is moving on because the goal of the class is to do a 10 to 20 page kind of like, not a teaser so to speak, but just like not to get the entire thing done, but just have a working part. But I'm going a little more ambitious and trying to get at least my thumbnails done. Now, I'm learning a lot in the process, so while this is kind of a good start, we've got 8 pages here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then an additional 8 here. My comic is going to be roughly 28 pages and then 32 pages with the cover. I don't know. I'm going through this and I have a ton of content to get through, and I'm chopping and slicing and dicing so many things that I'm just not 100% sure that I'm getting what I want. Like, I feel like I have more story than I have room to tell it. I'm going to have to go back through this and just see if it's agreeable when I get done. But I do want to at least finish this first pass, and I do put in probably more details than is recommended, so I have to be very careful and cognizant of where I'm putting my energy and my time. So what we're here now is stage 5. We call this the low point, and this is going to be at Fletcher's Bay, which is just an area where people go and get flotsam that has washed up on the island, and they're hoping to get some kind of technology from shipwrecks or things like that that might make life a little bit easier or better, or something that they might sell to the main island for more rings. So, alright, so he's going to race down to Fletcher's Bay. When he arrives, the beach is empty except for one loner. Chase Morley is wrapping up. His messenger bag is bulging. Chase says, "Bro, you missed the biggest haul of tech I've ever witnessed in the bay." Caden, fling it." Chase, "Dude, I'm saying you should have been here," and rides off. Now, I have Caden throwing his bike down the embankment, but I'm probably going to change that. But the time with Miss Winters cost him dearly. And then he's going to say, "I'm never getting off the rim." Okay, and the rim is one of the outer islands where basically the poorest of the poor live. And he's basically confronted with this reality that no matter how hard he works, it will never be enough. Okay, so he's going to go down to pick up his mangled bike. It's going to land next to a large culvert, so he has kind of tossed his bike over. So let's see. We're going to have, I want to see Fletcher's Bay. So I want to have a nice big panel with Fletcher's Bay here. Fletcher's Bay is just this area of cutbacks with water where the things could shipwreck up on there. We want to have a couple of like little shipwrecked items here and there kind of placed throughout. A little bit of clouds. And we want to have Caden show up kind of here. So he'll have his bike, get a little bit of the bike, get a little bit of his head, and he's standing there kind of looking out over it. And we want to have the time. So the time is going to be right up there to let us know that he has missed the morning rush. It's afternoon, early afternoon, but by then pretty much everything has been taken. Now we want to have Mr. Chase here going, "You missed it." and keep Caden here with his bike like this. Not happy. I'm going to say you missed it. Okay. You missed. Biggest haul ever. So one thing that this forces me to do when we're in the thumbnail phase is just consider absolute real estate, right? You have to provide that real estate for these words. He's going to say it's too late. Now, when we get into the bigger panels, this will be a little bit easier to fit this stuff in here. So I don't want to panic about it, but I also want to be very efficient with my wording. Also, I learned something fantastic today, is that the heart of the tail is the center of the word balloon. So we see this little portion, but it should look like it's going to connect to the center of the word balloon. That is incredible insight and advice that I just got today, so I'm very grateful for that. All right, so our buddy with his hat, he's kind of looking here, and he goes, you know, we want to have a lot of the facial expression like, dude, you missed it, man. And he's happy because he didn't miss it, but, you know, he's also kind of like, bro, it's not like, it doesn't have a compassionate tone. It's like, dude, you blew it, man. And he is all too happy to have his score in hand. And he arrived late too, but, well, no, maybe he didn't arrive late. Yeah, because he could have just gone down when they were at the market, when they spoke. This is Chase Morley that he spoke with at the market earlier when Caden was getting the kit to fix his flat tire. And this, yeah, maybe Chase Morley is just the scrounger, all-time scrounger. So that could be kind of cool. Okay, you missed the biggest haul ever. All right. So we want a body language shift, right? Because Caden's here. He knows he's too late, but then he gets the confirmation that he's too late. Okay, you missed the biggest haul ever. So from here, where maybe he was kind of like, maybe he was holding out for some hope that maybe there's something left on the beach. Now he's gotten confirmation nothing's left. So we probably should have this guy here. Maybe we'll have a couple of bags. And he's going to be standing there with his couple of bags on the bank there. That makes a lot more sense. So Caden's kind of up on a hill looking down. He's standing here with this kind of similar posture. Is there hope? And, you know, it looks like at least Morley's still here. So maybe there's something left. But he is just wrapping up, and he's going to go, Caden, you missed the biggest haul ever. And now it's like, it's just setting in. So we want to, maybe we treat this as the before and after, and now the head is hanging down like, I don't know that I got that body language right, but that's what's going on there. Okay, so now maybe he's just so frustrated. He's like, So we get his eyes and his frustration, and he goes, Miss War, should have never. He's upset that he spent the time with Miss Winters at his home, but that was something noble that he was doing to help her out. So he's going to have this kind of conflict where being a nice guy or doing something for someone else has really cost him something that he wanted. So I need a frame here where he's kind of saying, I should have never helped. I should have never helped Miss Winters. Okay, and that is basically the anti-theme. This idea that you don't help other people, you help yourself, is what we're going for in this kind of scene. This is the low point, right? So we're seeing him kind of for who he is, exposing his character weakness of, man, trophies matter more than people. Okay, so that's kind of our theme going throughout this. So he's really frustrated that he spent that time helping the old lady. And yeah. And yeah, I gotta stop just doing that. Okay. So then we're going to see a close-up of his hand holding the handlebars to his bike like this, and then he's just going to go. Maybe he's like in agony holding his head like, never gonna get off this island. Okay, so these are his two hands kind of going up. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but that's I'm never gonna get off this island. Like head to the heavens, right? His face to the sky, hands over his face, like I will never get there. And then this is gonna be his little bike tipping over. So he will have been standing next to his bike, standing next to his bike, standing next to his bike. So now he's like, So we'll draw him here, kind of in a similar thing, but hands coming down like. Alright, so this is his bike falling off the back. No! I probably should draw the bike falling further down, but. No! Okay. So there the bike is falling down, and I want to have this culvert here that's kind of been, there's a grate over it, but part of it's broken, so like you can actually get in there if you're a person. So we got this culvert here happening underneath the hill. Maybe we got some palm trees are here to keep that nice palm theme kicking, but I should probably draw that bike falling a little bit better, but I can get into the art of that later. That should be enough now. So now what we're going to do is have him scurrying down this hill to get to his bike. So we want to have this like, and sliding, so we're gonna have, he should probably be down here maybe a little bit more and have the trail of dust and stuff. Yeah, so maybe he's looking down He's trying to get there. Okay, so he's kind of sliding down the hill like so. He got down to his bike, which is now down at the bottom, sitting sort of mangled, you know, like this, and he's now down to his bike and looking down at his bike. Okay, and you've still got this culvert here, which kind of matters. I want it to be nice and big. Okay, yeah, it needs to be kind of tall. Alright, so there is that, and maybe there's like a little bit of something, I don't know, but that's sand, and he just swooped down to there. Okay, so hopefully this is good, and maybe we do like some black and white here for the grate just to make that look better. Something like that. Okay, so he arrived at Fletcher's Bay. Chase Morley is out here. He's like, okay, you missed the biggest haul ever. Head down. Maybe I do. How could you not? Should have never helped Miss Winters. You see his hand gripping the bike here. Right? And then, head to the sky. There we go. Okay. So, got some silhouettes. Got a big helmet on, body. He's kind of walking beside his bike. His bike is going to be over to the side here. Handlebars going down. The seat is there beside him because we're going to tilt that off. Okay, there. This guy's little buddy got one bag, got two bags. Really big head, happy. Got all the junk from this haul. Yep. And got all of this. All of this. Yeah, all of this. Okay. And we can always gray out some things to make it look a little more dynamic. So, there we go. Okay, so that's the sky out in the distance, I guess. It's too late. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more gray under that so it pops a little bit more. There you go. All right, it's too late. Yep. Okay. All right, boom. Holding the bike up. Yep, there's the bike. There's the bike. There's the bike. There's the seat for the bike. Boom, boom. Bike wheel. Okay. So we're on this side. Still got his helmet on. Okay. Alright. Head down. No. Bummer, man. Ugh. Hand next to bike. Bike. Handlebars. Dun, dun. Bike's on this side of him. Hopefully we're showing that. Okay. There we go. He's done. Should have never done it. Hands like so, hands like so, hands like so, knuckle, 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 hand like so. All right. Okay. Hopefully that reads like a hand. Hopefully that reads like a hand and like a hand. Okay. So we got that. And now, head thrown back. No, I've missed my chance. Make sure he's got his stripes on his jersey. That really shows us it's Caden. He's put his head back, head and hands. So bummed. Second sleeve, elbow. And now we have the handlebar right here. And our bike is going over. Helmet on head. Realization. Not good. Oh gosh, his body is off. That's fine. Huh? He's like, no, bike, nah. Bike falling. We're going to try and make it go a little bit further down here, hopefully. There, maybe turn this wheel a little bit so it looks a little bit more jacked up. Handlebars jacked up, tire going that direction, bouncing down. Culvert. Graphically, we're going to change this black and white so this really pulls up some eye catch. We want to grab some attention down here at this gridded bar. And we got this nice little chunk 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 happening here. Okay. This, he slid down. Oh, yeah, slid down. Still got helmet on head because I don't want to deal with figuring out what to do with his helmet yet. Okay. Okay. Sliding down the hill. Bike in shambles. Something like that. Bike in shambles. That's a horrible picture of what a bike in shambles would look like. Good silhouette. Standing over bike. Hands on hips. Not happy. 1-4. Got it. Arms. Looking down. Surveying damage. Okay. Then right next to it, we got this big culvert. Okay. Or tunnel thing, sewage drainage, something. I don't know what this is, but it's at the beach. Okay. So, gotta give it some nice details. Give it some good deets, yo. Yeah. I think it'll be thinner than that in real life. Okay, but that's all right for now. We'll take it and roll with it. What time are we at? 6:30. Nice. We got a little bit of time. Not a lot. Okay. Yeah. Hey, there you go. Just great. All right. So he's like, just great, standing over this poor bike that's mangled. All right, that's pretty sweet for today. I think we got a nice little panel set done. I think to be completely honest with you, each one of these stages, I would guess needs 8 pages. Like I could do 8 pages times 7, so it would end up being 56 pages. That would be my guess because I still haven't gotten into the rest of the storytelling. So I think we're going to expand this thing. As I look at this, I could be wrong, but I think I need more than these 4 pages. Like I was thinking it would do 4 pages to tell this story, but maybe not. Maybe not. No, I guess not. So yeah, that would be 2 pages and then 2 pages. So here's the second set. He's going to pick up his mangled bike. Yeah, we got that. It landed next to a large culvert. We got that. Caden hears faint voices echoing. The voices crescendo into a scream as a group of teenage scavengers run out of the tunnel. So then we kick it with the tunnel starting here since we sort of introduced it. Now the voices echoing out of the tunnel. And we're going to have to think about our speech bubbles for echoing. I've got some ideas for that I think will be pretty cool. Caden pauses. He slowly peers into the dark culvert but sees nothing. He cautiously steps into the darkness. I can barely see anything in here. Long pause in the dark. Wait, no way. Then Caden runs out of the culvert. His messenger bag is bulging. He gets on his bike and starts for home as fast as he can. It says Mom and Becca are not going to believe this. And on his way, Caden passes the kids that ran out of the culvert. They're standing at a law kiosk, touch tapping the screen. Okay, so no, we can do that. I think that's doable in 2 pages. That seems like a good, solid amount of information. We do want the teenage kids, as he rides past them, to be standing at the kiosk. So they're kind of huddled around the kiosk. And the kiosk is a law kiosk. So I think LAW. Okay. Yeah. All right, so they're at the law kiosk. Okay, that's pretty good. And then this is the culvert. He's going to go into the culvert. He's going to come out. He's standing next to this. So now we see the full culvert. So we got that. He's standing here with his bike. That full culvert is nice and big. We might have to re-edit some of the size relationships there, but that's all right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there we go. 1. We're going to see that it's all the way open over here. Like this is going to be kind of an opening there in the culvert, so that should be, hopefully that tells that story of how you might get in here. Some of that culvert is broken. Yep. What time are we looking at? Oh, I gotta go soon. Okay. Nice. And then this side will be here and here. And it's gonna be a little bit broken. Here we go. I think he's going to be shocked here by the sound that he hears coming out. I think so. I think maybe he's standing here by this culvert, and then there's going to be a bunch of teens that run out. So they're running out going, ah! He's running. He wants out of here. Alright, so they're like flying out of here. He's like, man, I don't want nothing to do with this. Alright. Kid's gonna be standing there like, what? Alright, so these boys are hauling tail out of here. And I could probably make those screen bubbles a little bit better. And definitely do the placement a little bit better. Yeah, so they're screaming and flying. Okay, I really do need to call it for now. But, yep, Caden gets down here. We see the culvert. We see the kids running out and screaming. So we got all of this. Hopefully that will be good. This probably could be a little bit better dynamic, but we'll see. Maybe if they're totally in the black, like they're really screaming, might look a little bit better. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Certainly want it to feel like they were in there, so this will be, yeah, that's a work in progress. So there you go. They're gonna run out, and then he's gonna go inside. So these two boys need to rhyme. Like their look needs to rhyme. So I guess we need to go maybe bam, bam, bam. So their voices, their scream, then their result is law. We got to report this. So maybe they go, we gotta report this. All right. Yeah. Well, I wish I could stay and do a little bit more, but it is time to head on out to work. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Again, if you want a free copy of The Legend of Harapan in a PDF format, you can get that at MrHen.com under the Products tab where it says free. Thank you again, and as always, have a great day.